It's the Caleb
Yeah, I'm drawn to the Nadu and the Tamiyo. We just did a Nadu deck, but we just like also never actually drew the Nadu itself. I'm gonna jam it. I'm gonna jam the bird. We'll build towards it from the start. Could take Worldly Tutor here with that idea. I'm gonna take the Guy's Cradle though. What's the step? We don't have a step. The step is to have fun, and I've already lost! Damn it! Now there's a crippling step. Is cheese a step? I'm gonna wait self-stepped. I should probably take that out of the overlay. I've eaten so much fucking cheese. Well, as soon as I went live at like 3:30, I was just like eating cheese the entire time, and it's like 5:20 now. So that's like an hour and 40 minutes of nomming down on fancy cheese. A little breeding pool action. Hope that Once Upon a Time wheels. Tasty keto meal? No, wine's not keto friendly. Well, there's a mana dork. Help me power out this Nadu. Aesop team kills. Nobel Prize goes to the inventor of keto wine. They make sugar-free wine. I don't know if the carb output is keto friendly though. I would assume it would be. I'm gonna grab Malevolent Rumble over Llanowar Elves or Botanical Sanctum. I'd like the Sanctum. You know, you can never like have too many fixers. Malevolent Rumble is just very good in terms of putting your Nadu combo together, though. Helps you find the Nadu, gives you a body, helps you find whatever you're pairing with the Nadu. Those are all tends to be permanents. It's a real nice consistency card. Looking at Chariot, looking at Time Warp, both of those play very well with what I'm trying to do here. I'm gonna grab the Chariot, I think. I was leaning Metamorph until I saw the stock up there in the other half of the pack. Looking good, feeling good. As it comes into play tapped breeding pool, is that something I want? You didn't think alcoholic drinks can be keto friendly? They are, you're wrong. Thanks for sharing your thoughts. Yeah, for something to be keto friendly, it has to be consumable as such without enough carbs to throw you out of ketosis. I did that for like 3 or 4 months this year, while like measuring whether I was in ketosis semi-regularly, and I just stayed there within a healthy range while still drinking whiskeys and vodkas and gin and such, even rum. Though you do have to be wary of flavored rums, because when they have a flavor, they're adding sugars in most of the time. After the distillation process. It's the distillation process that makes it keto-friendly, I guess. Sewers, just in case. Are these the adventures of Keto Caleb? They are. How did Keto's thing go? Pretty well. So I exercised a lot. So it wasn't just being on keto, but I did drop between 50 and 60 pounds this year. And I haven't checked the damage after the wedding, but I'll probably angle my way back to dieting. Hey, Mulligan to 8, thanks to the sub, thanks for 3 months there. Mulligan says, cheers to you, your fat-free cheese, and your non-alcoholic wine. Oh my god. Where am I at now weight-wise? I'm in the 250s. And I started at, like, over 310. I don't like any of these cards. I mean, I like Grim Monolith. We just don't currently have a curve for it. Could draft it anyway. I think I'm going to grab Force of Vigor for the sideboard. How big a boy are ya? I'm going to grab the Lightning Greaves here for the Nadu. I'm 6'1", if that's what you're asking. One comment I've gotten meeting people in person is that I thought I'd be stockier because my head's here on the bottom of the screen. You look so short when you're sitting down. Yeah, Fable's good. It's not really worth adding a color for. Weight management is certainly hard, Drag. And even though you've like lost some ground, like congrats on that initial loss. If you've done it before, you can obviously do it again, right? So best of luck with all that. You got this. Even though Avacyn's Pilgrim is not the best mana dork here, I'm considering grabbing it. You really want a bunch of those with Gaia's Cradle. Narset used to be so fucking good. But there used to be like a lot more like dirtly decks. They're just sitting there trying to draw cards and stuff. And it feels like there's very few of those now. Like everyone's just trying to fucking kill you. Uro, not a bad one to put a Greaves on, huh? The Malevolent Rumble fills up the graveyard for the Uro as well. You and Marshall are sneaky tall. Oh, Marshall's a lot taller than I am. Woodar says, do you feel better as you lose weight? You sometimes do, but it isn't as one-to-one as you'd like it to be. So the increased energy is nice. The increased endurance is really nice. It feels the thing that I really like about getting in shape and losing weight is the things that I'm doing. I think I'm gonna grab Tireless Tracker. There's a little card draw engine there. The things that I'm doing to lose weight, I'm getting better at. So whether that's like biking or just like moving stuff around in the garden, whatever it is, like whether it's like running or walking, actually improving at that activity is rewarding. Just like if I was like getting better at a video game, it's like rewarding to see the number go up, you know? A lot of the side effects of losing a lot of weight in a short period of time kind of suck, actually. Like I had to buy all new pants. I guess I'm grabbing Mystical. Not huge on this pack. I had to like learn how to sleep differently because of the same like body positions that I'd been like comfortably sleeping with for like the past 4 or 5 years like just didn't work anymore. Frantic Search is good with Uro. I think I'm going to take it just for that reason, but the Kangerbloom's tempting. Your mom lost a lot of weight due to medication and their balance was off and she kept falling. Yeah. Yeah, that's very easy to believe. Do I want high-end cards with these mana dorks? Maybe. I passed Hoof earlier without a second thought. Yeah, Komal with the 4 months saying 4 times the charm. Glad to be here. I'm glad you're here too, Komal. Thanks for supporting. I'm Rando asks, have you been more comfortable heat with this summer? I always get cold when I lose weight. Yeah, that's a big thing too. Like I had to adjust like my house temperature. I've been comfortable in the summer, but in the winter, I had to like adjust the thermostat and stuff. And my my wife works upstairs where it's warmer. And so me like needing the thermostat to be 5 degrees warmer, like like we had to find a balance there. I think I'm just grabbing Minsk and Boo. And this is cute with Gaia's Cradle. I think if I had a Hoof, I'd be into that. Time Walk, you don't say. Alright, now we need a 4-mana Tameo, and this Mystical Tutor is definitely part of the team. Have to pass Clamp, but that's alright. Interesting. Force Negation's kind of nice to not just fucking die. Misty Rainforest is a great one. Could help me splash the Minsk, too. And then Pacification is something that's worth Mystical Tutoring for. I'm gonna grab Misty here. And then I'm going to take Commercial District over Ketria Triome. I really value the Surveil lands very highly. And that's going to make the Minsk a lot more splashable. So Plagon plays well with Nadu. I think I'm just going to grab Preordained, though. Nice little consistency card. Is Mint so good you pick it over Rafellos? Rafellos is not very good these days. Ursine Monstrosity plays well with Lightning Greaves and helps fill up the graveyard for Uro. So that's nice. That Jace is a way of flashing back the Time Walk, which I kind of dig. Also helps fill up the bin for Uro. Yeah, Rafellos used to be like a pack one, pick one card. And now, like, sometimes they cycle it in and out of the cube because it's right on the edge. Rafellos was your first commander? Mine too. Yeah, I like looked at I remember the first time I ever played EDH, I looked at the ban list and I was like, oh, I can have Rafellos as a commander? That doesn't seem right. And I was looking at the rest of this and I was like, they let you play Channel in a 40 life format? Okay. And then within like a year, they'd banned like 4 cards from my deck. I was just like, oh, fuck this. Why would I play a format run by idiots? Oh, it's certainly not my fault I'm random. I only played with some friends in college at that time. I do like Microspawn tutoring up Gaia's Cradle. Talongates plays well with Uro. Maybe worth jamming. Could take another counter. Nissa came back. Nice. Occult Epiphany, tempting as well. Almost tempted by the Yugen. Yeah, fuck it. Oh man, so we need like one more playable, and all 3 of these would be pretty good. I think I'd take the Curator, maybe Brazen Borrower actually. I'm gonna grab the Catcher of Triumph though. Oh, Plagon, nice. There we go. So this deck could have used another... Oh, Dork, perfect. Just makes the Gaia's Cradle better. Okay. We can actually make a cut now. Frantic Search is probably my worst card, but it does play very well with Uro. I think that's going to be the cut. I'm going to assume... Well, that does seem light on blue, doesn't it? It's like 12 green... Only 6 blue sources. That's just not enough. 70 count Talongates. I don't really, though. How many untapped green for the turn 1 Dork do we got? 1, 2, 3. Still 7. And there's like a few more comes to play tapped ones. I think this is good. Yeah, we want to be a little bit heavier on blue than they recommend. 1, so we can play like our good blue cards early on. And 2, so we'll have double blue for Uro, right? All makes sense to me. Oh, we get another land. Perfect. So there's only 3 mana dorks in the deck, so you don't want to mulligan for a mana dork. Because you're just not going to get there all the time. There is also a Time Walk in the deck, though. And this hand is like... If the district whiffs on something to do, it's just turn 3 stock up. I'm going to send it back. Okay. Oh, shit! Hey, Roland of Game, thanks 101 months there. Thanks for subscribing. Absolutely Cube. Hey, Nap Wizard, thanks 23 months there. Almost 2 years. Oh, so close. So close to 2 years. Yeah, we're keeping this hand. I'm just not sure what I'm putting back. I think it's going to be the Mystical Tutor. Oh shit, what up? Hey, seriously, why not? Thanks to 77 months there. Another month in. Best entertainment investment you ever made. Hell yeah. Getting that Time Walk's kind of unfortunate. Oh, they're Lure stack. Interesting. U.S. jury stuff is weird to European brain. It's weird to us over here, too. Like, we know that juries are, like, very easy to manipulate. It's just, like, not a good way of getting justice. But we still have them for some reason. It's very odd. Especially with like, really famous cases. I remember in, like, the Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing, like, you could not exist on the internet without seeing stuff about it everywhere. Like the Heard smear campaign was ridiculous. All these, like, right-wing, like, media sources, like, spending, like, lots of money advertising anti-Amber Heard pieces and stuff. It was, like, actually impossible to avoid. I know I tried. I was, like, muting terms in Twitter and shit and still seeing it, like, everywhere. I was so sick of it. And I found out that the judge, in order to sequester the jury, was just like, oh, just don't look at your phones. Don't read any articles about it. Just don't do that. You'll be good. And I was just like, what? What? What are you talking about? What world are you living in that you think that's just an answer? Just don't pay attention. You'll be good. Ah, justice. Another job well done. Is there a better one than juries? Yeah. Every other way of holding court is better than juries. We have the data on it. They've done studies. I don't think it's like a particularly controversial take that juries are a horseshit way of convening justice. And I don't think lawyers consider them a particularly good or fair way of finding justice either. But that's the system that they're thrust in. Like, when lawyers have, like, a particularly difficult case, they'll push for jury because it's high variance. It's like, all right, we need to flip some coins and have them go our way. Like, yeah. Is a unilateral arbitrator particularly just? More just. We're not talking about in a vacuum, atheist god. We're comparing them to people who have not been trained in justice. A judge has been trained. They do this for a living. It's their whole, that's everything. That's, like, all they fucking do. And there's a lot of bad judges out there. I'm not saying that judges are perfect. I'm not saying that that aspect of the legal system is particularly, like, good or well-rounded or whatever. But in comparison to juries, which suck, which are very demonstrably fucking rancid, yes, it's better. Something can suck shit and still be better than the other thing that sucks more shit. It's not like a complicated idea. It's weird that I have to explain it. You're literally just saying things, atheist god. So we get Uro here, and then get it back with, and have it serving in next turn with Greaves. Or we could get in with Monstrosity this turn. Huh. I think I'm gonna Monstrosity in now. Actually, what if I got Commercial District and then played Uro? I kind of dig that. And now we'll have our red mana if we find Minsc and Boo later. What if we made crime illegal? Oh, that's fucking smart. Yeah, you're still just saying things, atheist god. Just stating opinion as fact. It's wild to me that people are in chat, like, defending jury trials. I think your brains have been, like, fucking nuked by television. I've read articles on this. I wish I had one handy. But they're jury trials in general. Like, there are a few other countries that have them, but they're kind of rare for a reason. People are real easy to manipulate. We're going to leave the time walk in the graveyard for Jace, in case we find a Jace later. Hey, a Jace. Can this hero actually serve? They've got enough first strike to just eat the Euro. That's hilarious. I might not be able to win this, even with like a Nadu combo. This is brutal. Oh, the Ocelot Prides? Yeah. Not great for me. We don't have, like, sweepers or anything either. Yeah, the fact that lawyers are choosing to try for a jury trial if the case has emotional appeal says a lot, like, in and of itself. Jury trials are just criminal cases, or not purely criminal cases, but mostly. Immigration barely even gets a judge. They have way lower standards for like burden of proof and stuff. It's a lot of Ocelot Pride triggers. Percent chance the client crashes, pretty low. I've filled up a board or two. They're not even like looping or anything. They're just making a bunch of cats. You get to do jury duty for the first time ever in September. Oh shit, I'm glad you reminded me. I also have jury duty this month. I needed to run out the monstrosity. That would have gotten me the card in the graveyard for surezies. You think we got him? Yeah, we got him right where we want him. If you play the monstrosity pre-combat, this would be flipping, and I would get a time walk. But instead, I'm fucking dead. I don't think a time walk would get me there anyway, though. Seems pretty safe. Safe to assume. Do we have an out? Not a direct one, but like flipping the Jace to flashback time walk while hitting them in the air with like Nadu and Questing Beast could both get in. I don't think it's enough. I don't think it's enough with their life total being what it was. But if you do get to a spot where you like are smacking them and then Minsk can fling something, it gets closer, right? We had an Euro to fling. Thinking about this Force of Vigor, I think I want to leave it. I'm going to keep everything the same. No changes. Last game just went too well. The Cradle was in the graveyard, so That lowers your outs by a lot, huh? Did you know that jury duty letters are not sent via certified mail? So if you ignore it, they have no way to prove you received it. I feel like if people who like actually care about justice and stuff ignore their jury system, their jury summons, then that's like making the world a worse place, right? So yeah, it's likely to be a big fucking waste of time and all that. But I'm still gonna do this shit. Part of your civic duty. That's how I see it, Fishino Panic. Yeah. Just like voting and shit. Aw. Well, that could be good. Is ignoring jury duty like the do you put your shopping cart back thing? I could see that comparison, I guess. Not really how I think about it, but crewing the chariot first means that if they had spell pierce, they can't counter the greaves is all. But like they would have countered the chariot, so I don't know what I'm doing. I think what we're gonna see is the Cecil just trading with the chariot, and that's fine. Oh, they're just taking it. Interesting. The worst way to achieve justice. Yeah, Aaron, but like they're still gonna have a jury trial whether you participate or not. So that's not really an argument. Or not a good one. And I know you're just teasing. I see the troll face. I'm not unaware. What are those? You're critical of society, yet you participate in it, sort of deals. Pest infest. Oh, but they left my Greaves, the chariot. They got strip mine for Cradle. Nice. Well, that's pretty good for them. Got me. Yeah, I was pretty excited about that Cradle firing off this Ugin next turn. Ooh, hello. I can use Jace on one of my cat tokens to draw an extra card off Plagon. I was gonna bin it. You flipped Cecil twice since it got added. I flipped it like once. I didn't win that game, but it was like fine. Might as well get my walking on. Yeah, we serve in all, and if they go pest token on Pilgrim, pest token on Cat, they gain 2, but take 4, so they'd be at 4, and then the next attack clears them. And if they double block a Cat, it's not really better. Well, to game 3. I almost want to splash that cut down. Let's see, we've got Ignoble Hierarch, Sylvan Caryatid, Undercity Sewers, Talon Gates. That's probably enough, huh? I'm going to play this over an island. I'm going to play the cut down over Miscalc. Miscalc on the draw. I like that. I dig that. You flipped Sephiroth for the first time this morning. Very cool. I haven't done that. Is Cube my favorite format? It is, yeah. One of my favorite things about Cube is like the variety of formats within Cube. My biggest frustration with Cube on Magic Online is that Cube is like, there's so many different ways and types of cubes you could do, and I feel like we just get served Vintage Cube over and over. And for them, it's simple, like, okay, well, we're gonna do the cubes that make money, which makes sense, but I do think like having a wider variety would pull in more people, even if it's not like immediate cash in hand. Make Vintage Cube more exciting when it's here. I will not stand for the Ornithopter Cube. I'm sorry. Not a fan of that one. Real rancid gameplay, not particularly replayable. Or playable. You would love a flashback of the 2018 Vintage Cube. So that's basically what the Retro Cube was like Vintage Cube from about that time period. And I enjoyed it. But when they remarked on it, they were like, okay, it didn't like do gangbusters numbers like regular Vintage Cube does, so we're not going to see it for a while, which I was pretty disappointed about because I was really hoping that it would come back again this year. I feel like it didn't get like advertised. The people that would have really enjoyed it need to be reached. They're people that are just like not as connected. But the people that would like really love like a retro style cube need a little extra effort to be made aware. Because they become like slightly disillusioned with modern Magic, right? And even and Vintage Cube used to be a place where those people could come back and be like, oh shit, I still recognize all these cards. I can still like casually enjoy Magic. But the current day Vintage Cube has so many new cards shoved into it just because of power creep. And it's like pretty difficult to just dive in. I guess the Cecil gets to flip now. And this cut down doesn't really stop it. You want Living the Dream back? Living the Dream is sweet too. The Living the Dream cube is the taste for it is a little bit alleviated by the Chromatic cube on MTG Arena. They were both made by one of the same cube designers. They have a lot of the same design principles in them. But it is a sweet one. Do I have a personal list for a modern powered cube if I was ever to provide one for Moto to run? So I don't think... I think if I was going to try to push a cube for Magic Online, I would want it to be powered. Because I think they're more open to powered cubes. They tend to do a little bit better. But I would try to design it to be different. At least, like, different than this same Vintage Cube. Variety is what I crave. Different in what way? What aspect would I focus on? Different power level, different supported archetypes. There are like it's like a difficult it's a weird question to be asked. Because you could basically do anything and get something that feels different than what we currently have, which has started to feel very samey to me. You love the cubes that go all in with synergy stuff? Yeah, Caleb Gannon's cube was a powered cube that I really enjoyed. It was not a super popular one in terms of like money made. And part of that is you're dealing with like a bunch of old janky synergy cards that a lot of people don't recognize. And that's part of why I was able to do so well with that cube. I remember Klug's Pro Tour cube being like a blast and a half. I am super old, Pullis, yeah. Oh, they're just going to rebuy it, huh, with the Luris? I think a big issue with a lot of the side cubes that they've run is they've been like, if these cubes were like very popular, we would run them more often, but then they don't advertise them enough and they only get like a week to get an audience. Which is just not how anything works, right? And that's not how... It's not how humans work. Like, Vintage Cube has been going since 2012. And so it's had word of mouth that entire time. Servers do cost money to run, for sure. And to be clear, I don't like begrudge Daybreak making money off of their like most popular format. But Vintage Cube is around so often. If Cube is their most popular archetype, and they're like not, and they're like open to running other cubes, but they don't want to like cut off their moneymaker, which is Vintage Cube. I kind of feel like there could be enough demand to have multiple cubes going at once. Oh, we won. As smooth as I would like. What's my favorite constructed format? Probably either Pauper or Pre-Modern. I play a lot of actual Modern and Legacy. But I really enjoy the gameplay in Pauper and Pre-Modern. Actually got a Pre-Modern tournament coming up at Misty this upcoming Saturday. Yeah, the after effect liage, the assuming part, is the tricky part. There's like browser-based ways of drafting that all work pretty well. Yeah, that's still organizing with people, Sinaz, and that still sounds like hell to me. It's a good idea, but I think that would be it wouldn't work very well in practice. So we don't really have a way of stopping them from Umezawa's plus equipping. I'm just going to pass here. Because like even if I go like Chariot and they go Umezawa's equipped serve and we block, that's still 4 counters. It's kind of a lot. Okie dokie. Right, old man. And it comes down to, like, at the end of the day, I would still be, you know, tasked with the actual organizing and making sure everybody has those cards and all that stuff. And it really, truly is hell. Hell on earth. It's a few cards, huh? Nice Plagon. Yeah, not bad, huh? Ooh. Boot up. When I started humming along to tunes in the car, especially particularly annoying tunes, my wife is much more likely to change the song, which I have not weaponized yet. Sure. So the opponent could have equipped Umezawa's and chose not to. I don't think I should have played this land. The stock up could find Gaia's Cradle. Yeah, I'll go ahead and crack first. Boot up. Hello. Oh, it's going to become a 5/5, isn't it? There's not really anything I can do about it. Because if I besiege you, the Lion Sash, then I'll use last known information. If it was a permanent card, I'd put a 1/1 counter on this permanent. Oh, I can kill the Lion Sash. Yeah, it's getting grown for the Lion Sash counters. Sure. Sure, it's not a creature, but it is a permanent. Lion Sash just cares if it's a permanent. Oh, it's not a trigger, so it doesn't get doubled by Cloud. What? Was this activated? Sure. They're down to two lives. That's not very many lives. Yeah, you got it. Boot up. Boot up. I'm gonna block. Keep the Nissa around. Why not? You can kill the Lion Sash and trade with the Cloud. I think it's like way better to kill the Umezawas, though. Yeah. Looks like my opponent agrees. Oh, Force of Vigor looks fantastic, huh? We're just gonna cut Miscalc. And we could splash the cut down again if we really wanted to. If you have a creature land and someone balances, do you need to pick that permanent for both creatures and lands to keep it? Yep. We're gonna make a finals here. No, they're moxing. My hand is so slow. I kind of forgot what they were about, and the mystical tutor could find Force of Vigor. A little bit of regret here. On our next turn, I think we're going to lead out the island and then preordain and look for a dork to run out off the Triumph. Speed this up a little bit. Sure. Well, at least we can play a 4-drop next turn. They've got 5 cards in hand. I think whatever I'm doing is going to get murked. They probably have flash creatures. Hey, Rusty Nuke thinks the sub, thinks the 39 months, they appreciate it. Sminsky and Boot can trade with a Wandering Emperor here. Doesn't sound very exciting. Might be my best plan, though. Yeah, it'd be like Talon Gates, Exile, Minsky and Boo, Uptick. Servant Wandering. Even then, I think they could chump him. Let's lead on this Rumble. Interesting. Questing Beast usually good at pressuring walkers, but kind of bad against this board. Greaves in the graveyard. Awkward. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, you got me. Just converting the Lauren into cards here. Sure. No. I was going to like Minsky and Boo, pump the bear, serve in with it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't really see it. I think we're just a bit too far behind here. Oh, they didn't activate the Wandering Emperor. Interesting. No, he's... No! What? Did I have stop there? Oh, I had F6 their turn. I didn't on F6. Yeah, I wanted to sack the token, the 0-1, so they didn't get Umezawa's counters. That was like the whole purpose behind the block. Oh well. What's the language behind this song? It's a good question. apparently Arthur Gunn is a Nepalese-born American singer-songwriter from Wichita, Kansas, who came to national attention in 2020 as the runner-up finalist in the 18th season of American Idol. Wasn't expecting that. Yeah, the issue here is the Euro is just not enough. Like, we have it in play now. Maybe even better to let it phase out, huh? Oh, like, it's not even in play for this combat. Yeah, I think I maybe shouldn't have done that. Just let it go to the graveyard and rebuy it. Hello? The Wandering Emperor is going to end my Euro now permanently, but we're only at 10. You know, it's not that much life. Potentially very wrong. Potentially you're just supposed to exile the Wandering Emperor there. Keep Euro rolling. I was pretty close to scooping a few turns ago. And now it kind of feels like we might be in this. Not favored yet, but... yeah, you got it. Some bods. Eska's Chariot being a green card doesn't give me an Ugin trigger. A little bit worried about decking if we get the Nadu too late. Don't really have a way of reshuffling things. Attempt to blork. Oh wait, tapping our Giver of Runes makes more sense to do it pre-block than post. What good is a man who's lost his soul? Can't walk very far that way. Yeah, that's what I was just checking on Rando, whether Plagon could target opponents' things. Fair enough. Alright. I'm not liking my odds. We can just pack this. It's odd, but I'm considering Narset here just to turn off like Clamp and stuff. Probably wrong. That Wandering Emperor did a shitload of work there, The Wrath's real interesting. We got walkers, we got Uro, we shouldn't be very vulnerable to Wrath. Maybe Miscalc comes back in on the play. I'll just submit. Yeah, I thought about the Leovold cut down splash. I just don't know where the cuts would come from, Do we have any whammies left? At that point, our main whammy was like oddity, flip oddity. You lose a lot in this stack when the Lightning Greaves gets milled, because then like Monstrosity and Nadu become a lot less exciting. Yeah, I'll play this. I like Rumble and Once Upon a Time. I'm thinking about Island too. Let's grab Rumble. They are playing Wrath in their deck. Got me. This is brutal, but I'm going to bin the Nadu, I guess. Is this a good time to Mystical Tutor for Time Walk? You have to tap out for Nissa, and then you can't untap into the Time Walk. Kind of bad. Yeah, I think I do want to get the Nissa down, too. Fair enough. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, you got it. So the Cradle only taps for 4. Or, I'm sorry, it'll tap for 5 if I accrue the Chariot. They're at 9. I did the math on untapping Cradle and then just tapping both my lands for Time Walk plus Hardcast Force of Vigor, and the Hardcast Force of Vigor would have killed Enduring. But this ended up being more damage, so why would I do that, right? Hell yeah. Looks like we got ourselves a finals versus the great JBV. On the play, let's go. Boros finals. I'm just gonna chill. The Rumble here ramps you up to like turn 3 oddity. But I like the idea of either of them like not doing anything this turn or running into miscalc. Cradle's starting to look reasonable. Kind of wonder what their hand looks like if they're just chilling. The Misty Rainforest can get a red source, but it comes to play tapped. It goes and gets the red-green land. Ophelia. So Ophelia does not want to blink out a Chariot. Walking Ballista on 2, sure. Ping him mid-dork, okay. Sure. This attack kind of implies that they've got a swords for my Chariot. Almost to the point where I just want to block. Solitude, okay. I'm really glad I didn't just block. If I block, they can finish off with Ballista. Is that something I want? Yeah. Tempted to serve with the cat because the Philly could blink it out anyway. But it's like one more way of like making it awkward for them to control my board. I'm gonna leave it back. Currently, their life total is not like fuck a Parallax Wave. One of the main cards I was concerned about. This goddamn 2-mana dog is just gonna destroy me. Not single-handedly, like the Parallax Wave is a big part of this, but I was kind of surprised I didn't do that first. Weird. Did they miss that the Plagon was gonna deal combat damage there? Very odd. Opponent's Hellbent. I think I'm just supposed to play the Oddity. But the Minskin Boo is a lot more tempting now. Is this like kind of controlled by the Parallax Wave and the Ballista? 1 second, chat. Thanks, sweetie. I love you. I was just gifted some cheesy eggs with some sliced up zucchini and onions. Is Sir Barrington out of frame? Sir Barrington wishes he could cook this well. You remember people complaining about how sexual songs were? Yeah, I feel like songs have always been sexual, huh? Or at least like love-based. Maybe they got more explicit at a certain point. Oh, interesting. I thought that might be after my Jace there. Oh, sure. Just flipping the Ulvenwald is so tempting. Okay. You're right, Calandris. So I was pretty worried when that Parallax Wave came down. But then they were just like dry on cards. Let's get this Force of Vigor up in this. I'll just cut Miscalc again. Yeah, right, Ladorb. Perspectives change. It's like kind of hard to put yourself in your kid's shoes. This seems like a hand. Yeah, like how today started with, what was it, 3 0-1s in a row, and now we're up a game in the finals. Not to jinx myself here. Just happy to be winning a match or two. It's probably because I drank more wine and started ranting. Probably positively impacted my win rate. Can't quite flip the Jace here, but maybe next turn. Just gonna double bottom. Fair enough. I don't know if this is better than going like tracker plus fetch, you know, and getting those 2 clues here while they're tapped out. Calandris, I'm not really sure why autism is catching strays. And your last comment there. A lot of my friends, perfectly stable folks with autism. There's like really no reason to use it like that. You and your wife too, but that can't come across in your comment, right? Like we don't have that context. Appreciate you listening. From a streamer, I gotta be thinking about, you know, that lack of context. However, someone might just be coming into a conversation. Solitude coming down. Hit the 3/3 over the Uvenwald. I think that means they're going to have another haste creature to help clear the Nissa here. And that's why they killed the vigilant creature. Yep, that makes sense. Interesting. Yeah, I'm going to play out the Nadu, and then I'm not going to play the land for turn, because I might want this land for tracker. Oh, I see. The Mox Diamond, I was like, what's all that about? But it was so that they could get the FOMO going, get another attack in with a Blood Braid here. And we kind of have to take it. Kind of have to eat that 4. You trade with the Nadu, and then they just like bring back the Blood Braid next turn anyway. It'd been funny if they'd hit a untapped red source for us. I don't think there is one in the deck, but it'd be funny because then you could reflect the Chain Lightning. Wow, 1 card deep hum. Interesting. Would I be playing Plagon without the Nadu synergy? I have. I think there's enough toughness over power cards in this deck to be running it. It's certainly better with Nadu in the deck. But overall, I've been really impressed with it. Don't want to go down into, like, Fire Confluence range. One's only got one card in hand. I think I'm supposed to go for the win here. Nice. Hell yeah. So that was, yeah, 3 0-1s in a row and then a trophy. Like, Mega Man's a very sink or swim.